quarterback in the league. Oh, what a catch by Jay Nathaniel. That touchdown, Hurricanes.
Junior taking a shot deep. Open target. Her third from left to right. Sets off. Oh,
down.
Watch who he's going to set up. He's going to go for it fell from the sky into Aaron Ike's hand.
The final night of season 25's regular season kicks off live here in Jacksonville, Florida. It is a beautiful 72 degrees, clear skies for tonight's Florida Georgia action, formerly known as the world's largest outdoor cocktail party. Nate Murphy, Valente Martinez with you, set to party with you all night long. And Valente, this is a very important SEC matchup we got kicking us off here tonight.
It is, but it's also one of the least stressful nights that the SEC has seen recently. Is the Bulldogs sitting at 2-5 and Florida sitting at 1-6. It doesn't have any playoff implications lined up to it, but that makes it even better. I think this is going to make for an underrated game.
Maybe an under the radar kind of game, but teams trying to build towards season 26. Seth Chapman takes off on the speed option, quickly dropped in the backfield by Joe Wayne. It'll be a loss of 3.
It's a great play by Joe Wayne. He just goes unblocked right there. I don't think Georgia was really ready for Florida to come out like that, and they're starting off hot.
So here we go, second and long, and we'll see how long it takes Georgia to get Lane Easton going. He's got to catch Falcon Chestnut after Chestnut's huge game earlier this week, and Chapman, he's going to steal the rock right there, and he'll pick up 9. It'll be 3rd and 2.
And he's got a little bit of ground to make up, about 293 yards, which is possible for Lane Easton. I mean, that's an average Wednesday afternoon for the young man.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen him carry the ball over 40 times in a couple of different ball games this season. Here's his first carry of the night, and he's got 7. You know, if he carries it 40 times, averages 7 a carry, he'll have a shot.
Yeah, with 40 carries, it's going to be hard to maintain that. But, I mean, we're talking about Lane Easton. It's definitely possible.
Yeah, Frosty reminding us all it's Thursday. Too bad it isn't Friday because I got to get up and go to work tomorrow. I've only been there 2 weeks and I'm already complaining about it. Seth Chapman, he's got another 11-yard carry, and it's 1st and 10 across midfield for Georgia.
When you have Lane Easton and Rain in the backfield, you also got to compensate for Seth Chapman, who's a really good rusher in himself.
And they will hand this off to Easton. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, and he runs into somebody we're going to mention a lot here tonight, and that's Cutter Cash.
Yeah, we talked about it, I believe, last week or the week before. Cutter Cash has been one of those guys that we're going to see at the top of the Defensive Player of the Year ballot, and, you know, which we'll find out soon what that looks like, but he will be on there.
And the scary thing is he is a freshman. We might see him at the top of that ballot 3 more seasons after this. And Easton having a hard time getting going on this carry. It'll be back to the line of scrimmage in 3rd and 10, Georgia.
At that time, Craig Jones making the tackle for loss. And Georgia 1 for 1 on 3rd down so far.
No, they need 10 on this one, and they're not even going to come close. Cutter Cash, he's going to track down Eamon in the backfield. It'll be 4th and 12, and a good start to the drive, Valente, and it goes by the wayside quickly around midfield.
Yeah, that's the big mistake there by the lineman. He just tried to chip block Cash, and Cash just hops right over him, makes a great tackle, and now Florida going to get the ball back.
Too athletic for an offensive lineman to just try and dive at his legs and cut him down, and that is going to set Florida up at their own 20 as this one bounces into the end zone. And here comes Bear Michaels rocking the neck roll. We know what the neck roll does around here. It's like the magical unicorn horn. We'll see how Michaels in this offense does tonight.
Yeah, magical powers for anyone who wears the neck roll.
You're not going to convince me otherwise. And here's Michael standing tall in the pocket. Finally takes a shot, and he takes his shot downfield, and it goes over top of everybody and out of bounds.
And over on Twitch, we have a 12-yard touchdown pass to Boone Owens for Iowa to go up 7-0 on Oregon with 7:04 left in the first quarter.
That will be a fun game to keep an eye on as well. Quick throw here from Michaels, and it's Colby Coffey trying to wake this offense up early on. It's a gain of 3.
And that game over on Twitch is the battle for the 2 seed in the Big Ten.
So fun to keep an eye on, and an important one to keep an eye on as well. And so we will make sure you guys are updated every step of the way. And screen on 3rd down. And just like on the other side, this one is cut down in the backfield thanks to Bo Martin this time. And 4th and 10 for the Gators. They'll go 3 and out.
Now, on the last drive, we saw a little bit of a failed block. This time it was even more of a failed block. Not a single person there checking for Bo Martin, and that is the biggest problem on this Georgia defense, that linebacker group of Curtis Ecker, Clayton Cobb, and Bo Martin.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to go back and forth with Cash and Martin probably tonight, all night long. And look at Eamon on the return, 19 yards, and he caught that one and just took one quick first step, and all of a sudden he's got the ball at the Florida 41. Georgia taking over in outstanding field position. They'll go pistol set here. Hand this one off, and looking for some room is Easton, and he'll pick his way forward for 5.
This is a solid carry, very patient, and showed his balance there too. He got contacted early in the backfield, but still able to stand and fall forward for an extra couple of yards for a 5-yard gain.
Same grouping out there. They go twins to the near side. Hand it to Easton again out of the pistol. He'll lose a yard this time. And Craig Jones gets credit for the tackle, but there were multiple Gator defenders over there waiting.
Second tackle for loss of the night for Craig Jones. And looked like Tayshawn Downs was the first one to get contact there, disrupting the play, and Craig Jones just cleaning it up.
Yeah, I mean, Downs got a little disrupted himself as Easton ran over him, but it did slow him down. And now this one thrown across the middle, wide open receiver down to the 15 goes Jaden Charles, 22 yards and a first down for Georgia.
This is a great job by Chapman. You know, so far it's either been running the ball or a screen. This is the first time they've opened up the playbook, getting it to their receiver. And Jaden Charles, who's had one heck of a season, over 350 yards on the year, he did a great job there just getting open when they needed it most.
And you say a heck of a season, 350 yards, that doesn't necessarily compute the rest of the league. But when you think of how Georgia runs their offense, really through their running game, 350 yards, it has been their big play guy in the passing game. And Joe Wayne comes up with his second tackle for loss. And this time, Easton's going to lose a yard. It'll be 2nd and 11.
Yeah, when you look at it all in the grand scheme of things, I believe Lane Easton almost has as many touches as every receiver on this offense has yards. So when you look at it, I mean, he looks like the main guy for Georgia when it comes to the receiving game.
And they're going to slip this out to Eamon, and he's going to have the first down. He's going to have the touchdown. Breaks through a defender at the 5, stays on his feet, and puts it in the end zone for a Bulldogs touchdown.
This is a great job by Rain Iman, and usually you see Ethan, they're going to fake the handoff to him, and you got that dual power in the backfield. Iman goes out on the swing route and just fights through that for a great touchdown, and Georgia gets on the board early.
4.5 to go first quarter, and well, they're going to take a look at this. So did he step out somewhere? It's the only thing I can think of, and I mean, it's close.
Ooh.
That defender really blocks that view, right? Oh,
yeah.
He may be out of bounds.
I don't think he got his foot up.
So they do reverse it, and the toe drags across the chalk line. So 1st and goal, Dogs at the 3. It's Iman in the backfield again. They're going to go up the middle with Adam Stiles. He's got 3. It'll be 2nd and goal.
We don't see too much of Adam Stiles in the running game. You know, he played at Tennessee for his freshman campaign. We saw him a lot there, so I'm not surprised to see him back there again.
They went triple option. He didn't quite get there. They're going to give this to Easton. He breaks off a 1, but the second Gator in, able to get the shoestrings and drop him in the backfield. Johnny Scott will get credit for the tackle.
This is a great job by really all of the Gators. They just outnumbered Georgia on the outside. and they just made a great play right there. Aiden Burke was the one who got there first, and just a great cleanup, bringing up 3rd and goal.
Yeah, they continued to stretch that to the outside, and they were able to clean that up. Now they go read option and hit, broken tackle, and Chapman will finish the drive. It looked like Iman had scored earlier. Instead, Seth Chapman will steal one away on 3rd and goal.
And this is a really good run by Chapman. He's going to get the read option right there, and it's between him and Caleb Coulon. And every time you're a quarterback going up against a 270-pound defensive tackle, you're not going to win that. But Chapman's a gritty runner. He will fight for everything. And now finally they're getting their touchdown back.
Yeah, they got it back, and it took another 40 or so seconds off the clock. So, if anything, it just kind of helps them out there. You got to run 2 or 3 more plays against the Florida defense, and you're going to pound it at them like that. Maybe it'll help wear them down later. Really playing the long con right there. But they are up 7-0 either way, and Keith Smith, a good return out to about the 25-yard line, and now Florida has to find a way to answer. They went 3 and out on their first drive.
I really want to see how Bear Michaels and company respond.
And didn't really push the ball downfield at all on drive number 1. They're going to go draw a play here with Smith, and he will fight his way forward, give him the 30-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 5.
This is a solid run by Smith on the delayed handoff. You're expecting your offensive lineman to create a little bit of a hole for you to get upfield. There wasn't much, but he took exactly what he could get.
And now Michaels come underneath, and big hit knocks that one loose. 3rd and 5 coming up.
Yeah, Curtis Ecker making the tackle right there. Great job knocking that one away in 3rd and 5. And Florida yet to convert on those 3rd downs.
And they will throw it here across the middle. That one should have been caught and would have been a huge play, but the ball hits the turf. The Gators go 3 and out again.
And that one might have went all the way to the house, and Bontrager just is off the hands of Bontrager, and now Georgia gonna capitalize off of a missed opportunity from the Gators.
Well, it's overcast. There's some wind out here, but it is a nice night. A typical Florida humidity, maybe, although you would thought that maybe that would have helped a little bit. It would make his hand, that football a little stickier, would have stuck to him, but unable to haul that one in. And now Georgia, good field position again. Up the middle, Easton breaks 1. He'll pick up 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5.
And Easton already up to 8 carries tonight, and we're not even all the way through the first quarter yet.
I'm telling you, I think he had 45 against my Mountaineers earlier this season. So they will give him the football a bunch, and he's got it again. But again, he runs into Cutter Cash. 3 tackles, all 3 in the backfield, and it's 3rd and 7 here for Georgia.
Yeah, well, if you hand it off to Lane Easton, you're just going to continue to give Cutter Cash these opportunities. His 3rd tackle for loss of the night. But Georgia is 3 for 4 on their 3rd down opportunities.
3rd and 7 here. Can they convert? Under some pressure, Chapman lets it go, and he lets it go deep. It's knocked down by Trey Beckham. Great one-on-one coverage, and Georgia will have to punt it away after getting good field position to start the drive.
And over on Twitch, we have a 23-yard touchdown pass to Michael Copley Jr. for Oregon to tie things up 7-all with 2:41 left in the first quarter.
Copley, the freshman, he's had a fantastic season out there in Eugene, and just having a tremendous season to come out here as a freshman. You love to see the freshmen performing early on. They're exciting to watch for the next, because they're going to be exciting to watch the next 3 years, just like we've talked about Cutter Cash here in this one tonight. And a carry up the middle for Keith Smith. Bo Martin, he saw enough of that after 2 yards. It'll be 2nd and 8.
A solid tackle there by Bo Martin again. He's just so vicious. He's always around the football every time he has the chance. He's just everywhere on this field.
So 2nd down and 8. They'll go 2 by 2. Shotgun set here. Play fake. Rips one across the middle quickly. Complete. And 1st down yardage. Still on his feet. There's the whistle. Aiden Bontrager picks up 13. And Florida's got their first down of the night.
It's a great throw by Bear Michaels. Just finding his target really quickly. And this is what you got to look for if you're going for underneath. You got to get it out quick because those linebackers move really, really fast.
So here we go on first down. They're going to flip that out to the far side. Mario Taylor gets himself a catch and a yard to show for it. Just a little pop pass there, and it didn't show much.
Yeah, not much there. Great tackle there by the defensive back. Didn't get a chance to see who it was, but great play nonetheless.
And this is Smith. Cut that to the left, and if he stays on the right side, I think he's got a few more yards. He does find 6, though. It'll be 3rd and 3.
It's still a solid 6-yard pickup, though, and Florida still have yet to convert their third down opportunities. They're 0 for 2 on the big money down.
They'll go pistol set here. Michaels looking to throw under some late pressure. Has a man down the sideline between the corner and safety, and it's Mario Taylor. Absorbs the hit, holds on to the football. First down, Gators.
And this is great concentration by Taylor. He just catches right there and takes a hit there from Dominic McKenzie and still able to hold on to it. They were looking for that deep shot on their last third down. It was dropped, but this time they convert.
And so now 1st and 10 inside Georgia territory for the first time tonight, down to the 32. Michaels has to swing this one near side. Smith and stayed in bounds, takes a giant spear, and it'll be 2nd down and 8.
And this is great field awareness by Smith, just catching it right here and knowing he's got to cut up field. Doesn't step out. Curtis Ecker doing his best prawn breaker impression with that spear-like tackle.
I tell you, Smith's probably wishing he stepped out of bounds after that. The head snaps back. Those hurt. The head starts snapping back and banging off the ground. You don't want to get up after a hit like that most of the time. And this one going to be batted down at the line of scrimmage. Great play up front by Robbie Watt. Start calling him Robbie Swat after that one.
That was a great job batting that one away, bringing up 3rd and 8 for the Gators.
Here we go. Can they convert again? Just got their last 3rd down picked up, and now taking a shot towards the end zone. Open receiver. Got him this time. Cullen Fletcher into the end zone for a Gator touchdown.
And if you're Georgia, you know exactly what you need to look for on these third downs. These last 3 tries, they've went deep every time. First one they couldn't convert. The last one they gashed you, and this time they're putting points on the board.
And the first one that you mentioned should have been points on the board, but it was dropped. And both of that first one and this last one right down the middle of the field. So those safeties in the middle are going to have to start backing up a little bit more and making sure they don't get beat deep over the middle. That might open some things up down the sidelines. That also starts to open up the running game a little bit for Florida. And maybe you see Keith Smith get a little bit more involved in a great return here. Frankie Dawkins, and I mean, I still have nightmares about Frankie Dawkins in the return game, and he gets 28 there.
I believe 2 returns in one game against your Mountaineers.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Ouch. Yeah, that was last season, but yeah, you still don't have to remind me. It still hurts.
Was there more?
No, that was it was two seasons ago though. He got me for 2 in one game, and that one it just still haunts me to this day. 5-yard carry for Easton on first down. That brings us to the end of quarter number 1 here in the Florida-Georgia rivalry. 7 apiece. We've decided nothing after 1. Come on back. You're watching the CFSL presented by PX1 Sports here on YouTube. And welcome back. Nate Murphy, Valente Martinez here with you tonight. Georgia on a 2nd and 2 read option. Chapman looking for the edge. He's got it. First down and more across the 45, across midfield and down to the Gator 45-yard line goes Seth Chapman, 24 yards and a first down.
Well, everyone here expects Lane Easton to take that handoff, and there are great blocks up front, and this is a great read by Chapman getting to the outside for a huge gain.
And so they mark him. They do give him the 45. So huge play there for Chapman, and he continues to benefit from the season Lane Easton has had. And now they'll turn and go read option again. He's got it inside the 40, breaks the tackle, still on his feet, and look out, it's a foot race, and he almost broke the final tackle as well. Damon Riggs had to wrap him up, and if he slips free, it's a touchdown.
and he's already up to 78 yards tonight. Again, another great read and great blocks out there by Haas Carter and the offensive lineman. I mean, this is just great patience and a great job nonetheless for Chapman, and really just all of the Bulldogs just working their way down the field.
And I tell you, that's going to open up Easton and Iman later, because now the DNs are going to start looking at Chapman. And here goes Easton up the middle, one cut to the goal line, touchdown Dogs.
Well, you talked about how Frankie Dawkins was in your nightmares. Lane Easton is in mine. And that run right there is exactly why. He gets great blocks, number one. But number two, there's 3 defenders around his waist, and he still finds his way into the end zone. Speaking of getting into the end zone, over on Twitch, we have a 1-yard touchdown run by Manny Mercy as Iowa take a 14-10 lead with 8:57 left in the second quarter.
And so, by the way, I loved the segue right there. That was beautiful. Well done. And so 8:23 left in our first half. 14-7 Georgia on top of Florida in this one. Then after the touchdown, you saw Uga out there, and I believe he was on the midfield logo. So that's a little bit of disrespect, I think. Although it's not the Gators logo, so maybe it's not as much disrespect as it could have been.
Not that, I mean, you could disrespect Florida somehow. You're in Jacksonville after all.
That is fair enough. Yeah, they call it a neutral site game, but it's more of a home game for the Gators every year. How does Georgia allow that? Bo Martin knocks that one free as the receiver coming across the middle took a nice little hit, and it's 2nd and 10. So here we go, draw plays, and Smith was looking for room and found nothing. Robbie Watt drops him. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Another great play by Robbie Watt, his 7th tackle for loss of his freshman campaign. And he's from Gainesville, Florida, and he's doing it against the home team.
Yeah, so Watt got away from the Gators, and he made them pay a little bit on that one. This one thrown underneath, and again, slipping through the hands of the intended receiver. I don't know that they would have picked up the first down, but you've got to hold on to that pass.
Well, it's hard to get away from Bo Martin, but I'll tell you what, the one way that you can get away from him is dropping the ball to make sure he doesn't hit you.
I mean, you're lucky he didn't hit you anyway. That seems to be Bo Martin's MO. He wants to put the wood on you no matter what. Pause. Take that how you want. It's 1st and 10, Georgia with the football at their own 42-yard line. Man in motion. They're going to turn, hand this one off to Easton, and Easton is hit and dropped. Guess who got him? Cutter Cash. 5 tackles, 3 in the backfield, and we've still got 7.5 to go in the first half.
I believe they're going to say Easton just got back to the line of scrimmage there, because that would have been his 4th tackle for loss of the night. And I have a feeling we're going to be saying pause a lot tonight.
Listen, it's the last night of the regular season. We might as well get to After Dark early, and this one is batted around, and 3 different Gators had a shot at it. It hits the turf.
That's a great job by that Florida secondary. And yeah, Tuesday was definitely a weird night for me. I don't know if anybody in the chat remembers that, but we'll see.
This one thrown far side, and Haas Carter with the catch, and it'll be 4th and 8. So Georgia misses an opportunity to go extend the lead here. They'll have to punt it away.
Yeah, this is a great job by the Florida defense, just capitalizing and getting this ball back with a chance to tie it up, with a little bit of time here left in this second quarter.
And Keith Smith returns this one out over the 30. So decent field position here for Florida. And there you see Bear Michaels hadn't really had a chance to get it going here in the second quarter. Just 2 passing attempts. So we'll see if they turn it loose on this drive. Press coverage on the outside. Both corners pressed up. They'll go to the ground game, and a couple of Bulldog defenders in the backfield hitting Keith Smith, and Robbie Watt gets his 2nd tackle for loss.
Yeah, his name is Robbie Watt, Robbie Swat. We might as well call him Robbie TFL as well. It's his 2nd of the game, 8th of the season.
We're going to get a little bit nickname happy up here, apparently. That's all right. I'm here for it. Dad jokes and nicknames. We'll throw them all out. And this one thrown deep downfield. It is caught, broken, tackle to the 15, and Mario Taylor couldn't get away from the last defender, Frankie Dawkins. Otherwise, it's a tie ball game.
This is what I'm talking about. If you're the Georgia defense, you got to look for this deep shot because we know that they're looking for it. Mario Taylor is the guy that they want to go to the most. He just gashes your defense, and he's going to make you regret it.
And maybe the problem was Mike Lowry couldn't get his head turned around. That big old face mask he's wearing as a cornerback got stuck on his shoulder pads. This one thrown underneath, and Bontrager couldn't break a tackle. It'll be 2nd and 3.
It's his second catch of the night, and now they're getting closer and closer to scoring territory.
2nd and 3 at the 7. Michaels across the middle. He's got it, and it's Taylor to the end zone. Touchdown, Gators.
I mean, why not reward him, right? He's the one that pretty much got you down there. You might as well just add a touchdown to his stat sheet. That's his 4th of his freshman season.
And Mario Taylor putting up another 6 points for Georgia. 6:02 to go in the first half. We are knotted up again, this time at 14. And, you know, one defense will make a stand. The next defense will come up with a play, or the next offense will finally get back into it. This thing's kind of gone back and forth. It's been almost an exact mirror image of each other all game long.
And Georgia going to have a chance to take the lead back here with about 6 minutes left to go.
And here's Easton trying to get away, and Cutter Cash catches him again. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And over on Twitch, we have a 50-yard touchdown pass to Brykeem Alvarez as Iowa go up 21-10 on Oregon with 5:48 left in the half.
And now on 2nd down here, it's Easton again, and again he's going to lose yardage. I don't know that I've seen a defense corral Lane Easton this well in an entire half in quite a while. Buck Wild got him here, and it'll be 3rd and 8.
Yeah, he has 14 carries for only 30 yards, and 12 of those yards came on that touchdown run, so they've been doing one heck of a job.
Looking back, maybe Tennessee would be the closest I can recall, and this one is swatted down. Damon Riggs, and you see the excited atmosphere here as Riggs goes right to giving the chomp in the middle of the field after the big swat.
This is a great job by that Florida secondary, knocking that away. They're going to have really good field position to start this drive.
And I mean, he's had a great season. Easton has, but we're getting last 2 ball games, 39 carries, 115 yards, and no touchdowns. That's 2 games combined. That's Tennessee and LSU were those opponents. I mean, Easton was putting those up in the first half in some games, it felt like. This time it is incomplete on the swing pass. Michaels led his receiver well too far.
I mean, I remember back in our game against Georgia, I think he had like 12 runs straight, and all of them were great.
Yeah, I mean, look, he did the same thing to me. If we're going to continue to get notes, I've got a feeling it's not going to be good for either of us. This one completed for a 1st down. Martin comes up with the stop as well. Yeah, Frosty finally looked up the West Virginia game. It wasn't good. Fraley, 12 yards on that reception, and it'll be 1st and 10, Florida down near the 30-yard line.
It's okay. We can both, talk about how much we love and hate Lane Easton all night, but we got a really close game going on here.
You hate him when you're game planning against him. You love to watch him otherwise. And this is going to be a run up the middle for Keith Smith, and he lowered the shoulder, picks up 6. It'll be 2nd and 4.
I believe that was Dominic McKenzie, the one that laid the hit at the end. Great job. Great hit there by McKenzie, and a great run too to get a nice 6-yard pickup from Smith.
So 2nd down and 4, ball at the 25-yard line. Florida looking to take their first lead of the ball game. Michaels, time, fires down the middle of the field again. Colby Coffey into the end zone for a Gator touchdown.
Yeah, this is another great deep pass, and by this point, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Well, you know what J. Cole says about Fooled me 3 times, obviously. But speaking of touchdowns, it's a 7-yard touchdown pass to Musa Decore for Oregon as they now trail 21-17 with 4:34 in the first half.
So big play again down the middle of the field. I mean, it's like watching an instant replay. And look at the blocks on this kick. Dawkins looking for the sideline play. If he makes a cut just a little bit sooner, gets to the sideline, I think he's gone.
I mean, we've both expected this to come out at some point. Dawkins is just an electric returner.
And I mean, if he keeps getting chances in this one, he might break one and score. And what a block on the outside by Haas Carter. The pancake helps get Seth Chapman 9 on first down.
Haas Carter is a machine at 6'3", 245. That's a great block, but if that would have came just a little bit later, that could have went to the house.
2nd and 1. And now Chapman, he's looking to throw it. He comes down underneath and rewards Carter a little bit. Give him a little treat right there. 3 yards and a first down.
Well, you know what they say. If you don't block, you can't get the rock. And Haas Carter definitely deserves a couple of targets his way.
And boy, look at the blocking again. Chapman springs to the outside. He's inside the 25, still busting tackles down to the 22-yard line. Give him 32 more. He's up to 119 here in the first half.
And I believe Haas Carter did it again. 2 pancake blocks on the same play, and that really just cleared the path for Seth Chapman to get to the outside.
I mean, that's the definition of sealing the edge. I don't think it gets any better than that right there. And now turn and hand this one off. And boy, Chapman does a bunch of work, and then Easton comes in and just rips off 8 yards like it's nothing. 2nd down and 2.
And we're starting to see more success with the run game for Georgia. You know, as Georgia continues to pound the rock, that defensive line is going to get worn down.
And Cutter Cash came up with another stop, and I think he's got another one right there as he came flying out of nowhere and hits Easton right before he can get to the marker. 9 tackles already for Cutter Cash.
Yeah, tackle number 9, and Easton just getting close to that line to gain, but Georgia 3 for 7 on 3rd down. They got 3rd and inches.
So here we go on the 3rd down. Turn, hands it off to Iman, and he will work his way down to the 3-yard line, 1st and goal. And it just doesn't stop for this Georgia offense. They can run it with anybody.
Yeah, usually you see running backs, when they go out, you're going to see the walk-on come in. But no, they have a really great back just waiting for the opportunity.
And here you go. You give it to him again. Oh, he's not going to get away this time. I don't care how good you are. It's tough to get away from 3 defenders. Craig Jones corrals him there. His 3rd stop in the backfield.
Yeah, 3 tackles, all 3 of them for loss. I mean, he's just surrounding the football wherever it goes.
So 2nd and goal, ball at the 4. Easton back in behind Chapman. He's got it. He's looking for the edge. He's not going to find it. Well, still not whistled down. And then somersaults over the defender to pick up 3.
That was a weird run for sure, but it was definitely fun to see him try and push his way into the end zone, but it's still one more opportunity to get there.
And Cutter Cash makes the stop again. Easton not going to be denied this time. Untouched to the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Touchdown number 10 on the season for Lane Easton. A great run right there and great blocks up front. Like I said, the more you run, the more tired that this defensive line is going to get. And that is the perfect way to reward Lane Easton.
And here's the problem trying to defend Georgia. And we can talk about it because we've had to do it. And everybody in the SEC has as well. Hey, you start looking into the backfield at Lane Easton. You decide we're going to take him away. We're not going to let him beat us. Chapman breaks your back on the read option. He gets to the outside and picks up just yards in bunches. So then you try and take that away, and all of a sudden the guy you were worried about to start with is the one that starts to just burn you between the tackles. So it is hard to stop this offense because it doesn't matter where you put your eyes, you're wrong.
And Frosty letting us know that coming into this game, Haas Carter was 2 pancakes shy of setting the Georgia record. He got that in one play, so clearly surpassing that. Congrats to him.
Congratulations. He certainly should have that, at least in the three that we can pick out and remember seeing. And another play downfield had a Florida Gator open, and that one dropped.
And Haas Carter in his final game of his career as well.
And this one ripped across the middle, and Fraley goes full extension, makes the catch, 1st and 10, Georgia. And yeah, seniors for both teams playing in their last game, and anytime you can set a team record, certainly big here in your final game of your career. And this one thrown across the middle, complete once again. It's Taylor, 11 yards, another 1st down.
And that puts him at the century mark. He's had one heck of a game, and Bear Michaels probably with his best game of the season as well.
And he's been extremely efficient, and a couple of the incompletions he's thrown, not his fault. And this one is complete again. Trying to cut it back to the inside was Fraley. Cut it into somebody you don't want to run into.
And that's Bo Martin with his 6th tackle of the night.
And Martin put it to him right there. And now 2nd down and 5. And knocked down. That was the first real risky throw from Michaels. Dawkins got him there.
Over on Twitch, we have a 4-yard touchdown run by Leo Tafiti as Iowa go up 28-17 with 1:56 left in the half.
And so now on 3rd and 5, Michaels completes this one over the middle. And a nice little catch and run from Fraley. Picks up 11, moves the chains.
A great catch there by Fraley, and great job just cutting up field and getting to that line to gain. Just a minute left to go here.
And so now on 1st down, and Taylor makes the catch. They're going to have to hurry to the line now.
And they only have one timeout left, so you're going to see them try and conserve their timeout for as long as they can.
And under some late pressure, thrown underneath, complete, broken tackle, and Fletcher picks up 6, just short of the 1st down marker.
Clock still going. They've yet to call that timeout. They got to get back to the line and go.
They got some worn out receivers, and they're looking for more on 3rd and short to the end zone, and incomplete, knocked down. And Georgia looks like they're going to force a field goal. McKenzie with the slot.
A great job there by Dominic McKenzie, his 3rd pass deflection of the season, but not a bad job by Florida at all, as they're going to have a chance to put 3 up, and it is good by any range.
Any range, 43 yards, and I believe against the wind. So the heavy wind, 10 miles an hour at kickoff. Well, although she boots that one into the end zone, so maybe not. Maybe she had the wind at her back. Or she's just got an incredibly strong leg. Here you see some stats. 20 seconds to go here in the 1st half. Florida up 3. So we'll see how aggressive Georgia gets here.
I'd imagine they're going to go for a run, see how that goes, and then decide.
And they will throw it near side instead. Adam Stiles picks up 4. And it looks like that might just do it. Safe throw. Don't get much out of it. Take it to the locker room. Florida 24, Georgia 21 through the 1st half of play. We've seen some good defense. We've seen some good offense. Both teams have something that they need to shore up defensively, but we've seen an evenly matched game through one half.
And it's really been the tale of two opposites too. Like Florida, they've been going through the air more, and it's been working, the deep shot especially. In Georgia, they're really trying to pound the rock, and it's starting to open up as the game goes on, and you start seeing the fatigue out of the D linemen for Florida. But it's been back and forth. I'm sure the stats really show the same thing. And, you know, this game still has a lot of time left, and these two teams are not going to stop trying to get their last win of the season. Georgia winning the time of possession, dominating in rushing yards, but Florida just dominating in passing yards. And if you add those up, it's not that far off in terms of total yardage, but no turnovers. And while we wait for the third quarter kickoff, we have a 24-yard touchdown pass to Michael Copley Jr. for the Ducks. They now trail 28-24 with 53 seconds left in the half.
That's Copley's second over there on Twitch. And I'll let you do the math and adding all that up. I'm not even going to try, as I was called out in league chat. earlier today about my toes and the way I count with them, when I can see them. But this is exactly how we expected this to play out, right? Florida was going to throw the football. Georgia was going to run it. Who was going to be able to put their game plan to use the best? And really right now, it's about even. There you see the total yards. EA heard me. They're going to do the math for me. 257 to 215. Florida's done it through the air. Georgia's done it on the ground. It's a 3-point ball game. This is where we expected to be in a slugfest here all night long in Jacksonville. Now, Gators with it, and they're going to try and get some of that ground game established here early on. Keith Smith going to pick up 8.
Arguably his best run of the night, and he's had to really grind it out every time he's got the rock.
We'll see if they continue to try and grind it out a little bit with the run game now that we're getting a little bit later in the ball game. And, well, when you got a wide open receiver running down the sideline, that you kind of throw that other game plan out the window. Fraley, 25 yards and a quick first down.
Yeah, Fraley, this is a really good play. He's going to just swing out to the right side, just cut up field and just make a great catch. And even when he's getting tackled, he's still falling forward for an extra few yards.
Yeah, and clearly did not look like the initial route that is what was thrown. He just runs a flat route and then cuts it upfield. And so now across the middle, quick slant and caught. Colby Coffey holds on.
And over on Twitch, we have a halftime score. It's 31-24 as Iowa leading Oregon going into the third quarter.
A tight contest there as well. As we mentioned, that is a battle for the number 2 spot in the Big Ten. And this one thrown down the sideline, and Mario Taylor picks up 21, and it's another Florida first down.
And he's up to 125 yards on the night. I mean, he's just incredible. And that deep shot always wide open, and he's going to be one of those targets that you don't want to let slip past you. And Georgia's just been letting it happen.
Yeah, safety could not get over the top fast enough on that one. So now 1st and 10 from about the 13-yard line. This one thrown far side. Victor Acuna with the stop, or Acuna with the stop. Or with the catch, excuse me, and it'll be 2nd and 6. Here comes Smith looking to put one in on the ground, and he'll pick up just 2. It'll be 3rd and 4.
Only a couple of yards there, and this third down is big because if you can convert, score a touchdown, you got a 2-possession lead.
And so here we go. Can they convert? They're going to go play fake and throw this one underneath. It's caught, and Bontrager was just blown up at the 1-yard line, but 1st and goal Gators.
Mike Lowry, the one making the stop. Great play there by Bontrager, just getting past the line to gain and resetting the sticks.
Gonna have to reset his brain after that hit. And this is Acuna into the end zone. Touchdown, Gators.
That's a great run there by Acuna, and he just does a good job getting that catch earlier to get them closer. And they're going to reward him by lining him up in the backfield and letting him run it in.
So 31-21 is your new score. 7:05 to go in the third quarter. Georgia has not touched the ball yet here in the second half. And even though you're down 10, if you're the Bulldogs, you're not getting away from your game plan. You are going to turn around and hand this off to Easton and Iman as many times as you need to. You're going to let Chapman continue to run the football. I mean, yes, it's 2 possessions, but far from out of this ball game. The 1st and 10 ball on the 33-yard line. And Chapman going to throw this across the middle, and a nice diving play, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, that one just knocked away. Great job there by Trey Beckham. And if he would have caught that one was going all the way. Not a single Florida player in the backfield.
Could have been showing off my spelling prowess at that point. And Lane Easton, he runs into Buck Wild, and he'll lose 3 yards. That's Wild's 4th tackle. He's got a couple in the backfield now, and it'll be 3rd and long.
That's his 2nd tackle for loss of the night and his 15th of the season, which is incredible because if you look at it, he has 37 tackles and 15 of those were in the backfield.
And nearly Getting home there are the Gators, but Haas Carter down the sideline, and a little bit of a speed burst from the big tight end picks up 20 and a first down.
Now, we don't see too many targets for Haas Carter, really, but that's just his 28th reception on the season. But it feels like every time he gets the ball in his hands, he is a big play threat.
Yeah, he gets himself into the open field, and a lot of the stuff he does is catch and run. So when he can get it turned up and get that big frame going north-south, he is tough to slow down. And now you turn around and hand it off, and that is Easton again, but just a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
And with that carry there, that crosses the 200 carry mark on the season. And over on Twitch, we have a 12-yard touchdown pass to Leland Everett as Oregon tie the game up at 31-all with 8:07 left in the third.
And a big stop here on 2nd down as Trey Beckham comes up and hits Seth Chapman, rides him down in the backfield. It'll be 3rd and long here for the Bulldogs right after Florida put up a touchdown.
That's a really good read by Beckham and a really good tackle. And Georgia 6 for 10 on 3rd down.
Need the 41 of Florida to keep this drive going. And had it, but the hit breaks the pass up. 4th and 10 coming for the Bulldogs, and they'll have to punt it away.
He had his target, but he just couldn't hold on to it. I believe that was Aaron Highsmith, the one that he was looking for, but is not able to come down with it. And Florida going to get a chance to extend this lead to 3 possessions.
And Keith Smith returning that 9 yards out to about the 22. And, me and Ware have been talking on Twitch for the last couple of weeks about a fake punt for a touchdown, a pass by the punter for a touchdown. We've been trying to will it into existence for like the last 2 or 3 weeks now, after I successfully called a fake punt attempt in one of the games a couple of weeks ago. I didn't want to jinx Florida there, but I was really hoping we'd see at least a fake punt when Georgia lined up with their punt team out there. So now 1st and 10 for the Gators. They'll go underneath the Smith, and he will power his way forward for a gain of 6.
Now, we've seen a couple of fake punts this season. It's not something we see often, but, I mean, a fake punt touchdown, that would just be great for everyone but Cooper King, because that passer rating, he won't be first anymore.
See, I wouldn't even count that when I start talking about who's tops in the league in any articles, but Acuna picking up a nice chunk of change there on the ground. His 2nd carry, this one good for a 1st down.
A great job there by Acuna. He's warming up in the backfield. He's been the 2nd back for Florida, really.
And Michaels tried to keep one around the outside and could not get around Curtis Ecker. A couple of big boys meeting there at the line of scrimmage.
I don't know if you felt that, but I felt a 5 magnitude earthquake up in here.
Yeah, I've never been scared in an NFL booth before, but that right there was maybe the first time, because it shook a little bit as Bontrager, he's shaking a little bit. He is taking a couple of really big hits. Somebody get him in the blue tent. Let's check him out. Let's make sure he's okay.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a blue tent, but if there isn't, there is going to be one specifically created for him.
Well, there may not be a blue tent, but Bontrager is going to be black and blue at the end of this ball game if he keeps taking shots like that. 3rd and 4. Screenplay. Smith's got it. Can they get the block? They did, but unable to get away from the next man, and it's Curtis Ecker who stands up Keith Smith 2 yards short of the line to gain.
And they were just outmanned out there, and Curtis Ecker just making a great play, keeping his man behind the line to gain, and Georgia going to have a chance to bring this back within a possession.
And no fake punt here as Iman with the return, 12 yards out across the 30-yard line. And so Georgia, as you mentioned just a second ago, a chance to cut into this lead again. And that was a very important stop for this reason right here, because you did not want to get down 3 scores with the style of offense you like to run. And here comes Seth Chapman. He'll gain just a yard on the midline read.
And ever since those couple of big runs by Chapman, we've yet to see him really get another one. And Florida's done a great job just keeping him, out of range.
And turn hand this one off. And Easton again cannot catch the edge as Tayshawn Downs comes up with his third stop. This one is in the backfield. It'll be 3rd and long again for Georgia.
It was a couple of weeks ago that Tayshawn Downs had 4 tackles for loss in a game, and that's his 6th of the season there.
So Georgia facing another 3rd and long. When they've been successful, it's been 3rd and short. And this one, taking their shot downfield, it's picked off. Certainly not successful on this 3rd and long. And the Gators are able to come up with a huge play thanks to Aaron Grant.
Chapman looked like he was looking for Ember Sky down there. But I mean, Aaron Grant just read that one perfectly. Got the bounce he needed and got that ball back. And I believe really good field position for the Gators, plus territory.
Yeah, sitting in plus territory at the Bulldog 49-yard line here. And Michaels dumps this one underneath, and near first down yardage is Cullen Fletcher. Give him 9. It'll be 2nd and 1.
Solid catch right there by Fletcher, and down to the 40-yard mark, and Curtis Ecker with his 6th tackle of the night.
So 2nd down and short here, and Michael's going to throw this one underneath over the middle, complete once again. Christopher Fraley this time. Give him 10 yards and another Gator first down.
Yeah, that's his 6th catch of the night. He's got 76 yards. That puts him past the 600-yard mark on the year.
Now they go fully loaded pistol here. Turn, hand this off to Smith, looking for room, runs into a couple of Bulldog defenders and give him 4 as he falls forward. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
And the Gators did a good job, or the Bulldogs did a good job just setting the edge there, but the big mistake was Mike Lowry pushed him forward and gave him a couple extra yards.
And here comes Michaels on the read option. Big boy running downhill and running over some defenders. Michaels picks up 14. It's 1st and goal, 1st and 10, just outside of the 10-yard line.
And I'm genuinely surprised that we haven't seen more Bear Michaels read option plays. I mean, he is incredible when you put the ball in his hands.
And so now 1st and 10. They're going to go empty set here. Let Michaels throw it again. Underneath it is complete. It's Bontrager. And again, Bontrager takes a shot, this time from Ember Sky.
And we got to get him checked. We got to get Bontrager checked.
I'm telling you, if you ask him where he is right now, I don't think he would know. He has taken at least 3 big hits off the top of my head I can think of here. And Bo Martin going to swing Keith Smith to the turf. Pickup of 2. It'll be 3rd and 4.
And they've done a great job keeping Keith Smith at a good base, and they've only allowed 3.2 yards per carry to Smith.
Well, they got Acuna in the backfield now. They're going to throw it, though, on 3rd down. And they'll flip it to him, and the reroute gets him open. Touchdown, Gators.
At Bear Michaels' 4th touchdown pass of the night. That's the 2nd touchdown for Victor Acuna. He had one in the rushing game, now getting one in the receiving game. You know, it would be cool if, they just let him line up at quarterback once. Let him throw it.
Well, let him throw it. Put him back there to return a kick. I mean, heck, why not? Give him some all-purpose stats and see what happens. And 38-21 with 1:12 to go here in the 3rd quarter. The Gators looking to take some control, and now you're getting into some danger territory if you're the Georgia offense, because your game is not predicated around throwing the football.
I'm curious to see how they're going to try and bring this one back.
And Dawkins out to about the 29 and just missed a couple blocks that might have helped spring him there.
Over on Twitch, we have a 3-yard touchdown pass to Michael Copley Jr., his 3rd of the night. Oregon take the lead 38-34 with 2:48 left in the 3rd quarter.
So Copley having a huge ball game over on Twitch. And again, number 2 spot in the Big Ten on the line in that one. And this is Easton, and maybe one of his better runs here, 13 yards. And again, 1 slip tackle away from even bigger than that.
I believe that's his longest run of the day, just 12 yards on that touchdown, that 13 there.
And so now turn, and they'll fake it to him here on the read option, and Cutter Cash able to cut down Seth Chapman after a gain of just 2.
Yeah, I believe that's the one thing you don't want to do is just run towards Cutter Cash, especially Seth Chapman. Maybe Lane Easton. That's a battle I want to see. But Seth Chapman, he's going to lose that one every time.
And there's Easton right up the middle, and he will run through a defender. A couple extra hard-earned yards at the end of that run, gain of 11 and a first down.
And we're getting to the point, though, we're about to be in the fourth quarter. You're down 3 possessions. Might be time to air it out just a little bit more.
Gonna have to find some chunk plays very soon here in your offensive game plan, and that ain't gonna do it. Chapman gonna lose 4. Craig Jones, 4 tackles. All 4 of them have been in the backfield.
And I'm gonna give a shout out to Joe Wayne real quick. He sealed off the running back and forced Chapman to take it himself, which allowed Craig Jones to step up and make the tackle.
And they do get one more snap off, and a big stiff arm right there from Easton, and that'll help get him free for 6. Cutter Cash once again makes the stop to close out quarter number 3. Throw the 4s up in chat. We're going to have a great finish here in Jacksonville. It's 38-21 Gators on top. You're watching the CFSL presented by PX1 Sports here on YouTube. And welcome back inside TIAA Bank Stadium here in Jacksonville. Fourth quarter getting underway. Nate Murphy, Valente Martinez with you. Georgia trying to mount the comeback here. And this one is Iman on the screen, 14 yards on third down. And that'll make it a first down for the Dogs.
And the defense just over pursued that one a little bit and gave Iman the chance to bounce to the outside and get past the line to gain.
So 1st and 10. Across the middle, that is Haas Carter. And give him 9.75 yards. It'll be 2nd down and short.
And we're just about a Cade away from another first down for the Bulldogs.
Cutter Cash, 12 tackles on the night. And amazingly, only 12 tackles. He had 9 at one point in the first half. And Chapman tried to keep it on the read option again. Aaron Grant, who just made the big interception a few minutes ago, comes up with tackle for loss.
That's a great job. I mean, if he didn't get it, there were 2 guys back there waiting for the opportunity. But Georgia 7 of 13 on third down, so they're pretty efficient. Let's see if they can add on to that total.
3rd and 5. This is much more manageable than the last couple of third downs. And this one flipped underneath. Easton's got it. First down. And oh my goodness, Cutter Cash was just standing in wait to see if Easton got away from the first tackle.
I really want to see the point of view of Lane Easton. Personally, myself, I would not want to stand in front of Cutter Cash.
Oh gosh, you spin around and the first thing you see is Cutter Cash diving at your face. As this is Haas Carter, he'll pick up about 3 feet on that one. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Yeah, only a yard there, and they're slowly getting closer. But I mean, as the time continues to tick, you need it as quick as possible.
A score here, you give yourself a fighting chance, even if your offense is not typically quick strike. Adam Stiles, 4 yards there. It's 3rd and 5.
And Georgia's still efficient on those third downs and see if they can continue to add to their conversion rate.
Converted 2 on this drive, including a 3rd and 5 just a moment ago. Under pressure, floats it to the end zone. And there were 4 Gators that might have had a shot at that. And it is knocked down by Tayshawn Downs.
There was great pressure there around the edge, and Chapman really, I believe, hit as he threw, and that was a dangerous throw, and they're going for it.
Well, he could have taken the field goal, made it a 14-point ball game. Instead, they throw it across the middle, and they had a shot at it. They hit, knocks it free. It's incomplete, and it'll be 1st and 10 for Florida.
This is just a great job by Kai Jordan knocking this one away. It was almost caught by Whitaker, but it's just the hit jarred it free.
Yeah, had a shot, and there were a couple of Gators that came in and took their shots at Whitaker. Now it's 1st and 10. Michaels trying to get them out of a little bit of danger here deep in their own territory. He hits Bontrager for 4.
And if you're Georgia, you need a quick stop here.
Wait, how big would a turnover be for that Gator defense? Blitz coming, and they'll throw away from it, but it works as Bontrager, maybe the lightest hit he's had to take here tonight. 8 catches, 66 yards for Bontrager. That one good for a 1st down.
In comparison, that just felt like a mosquito compared to the Mack trucks that he's been hit by.
And oddly enough, Bo Martin is the one that gets credit for the tackle. So you don't typically say Bo Martin hits like a mosquito bite very often. Colby Coffee, 3 yards on that one, will be 2nd and 7.
Oh yeah, Bo Martin got him earlier. I mean, I believe he was one of the ones that hit him.
Oh yeah, he started the concussion train on Bontrager earlier in this one. So maybe he felt bad for him, and that's what it was. Keith Smith back to the line of scrimmage and no further thanks to Robbie Watt. It'll be 3rd and 7.
Do you want to know who the conductor of the concussion train is?
Let's hear it. Who's the conductor?
It's Lane Easton. He runs with his head.
Well, hey, sometimes you got to dish it out before you take it. And Christopher Fraley, 17 yards on that one, got the foot down in bounds, and it'll be a 1st down for Florida.
Over on Twitch, we have a 3-yard touchdown run by Juju Creed III as Oregon go up 45-34 over Iowa with 8:55 left in the 4th quarter.
And so here we go. Oh, Frosty wants to know who the caboose is. I guess Frosty is a backside man. We'll say it that way. Bo Martin in the area, so they're going to hype him up a little bit. That was just a misfire from Bear Michaels.
The caboose? I have to think about that.
And so that one is nearly intercepted. Frankie Dawkins had a shot at it. I looked over and Bo Martin was thanking me. I was like, well, what did I do? But I guess somehow he got a random shout out thanks to EA. Even EA likes the neck rolls. They've got to give them a lot of attention. And Michael's taking a shot, and again behind the defense. This time it's Colby Coffee waking up the offense, and it's another Gator touchdown.
I mean, this has just been the Achilles heel of the Georgia defense all night. The deep shot. Every single time that Florida has went for it, they've gotten it. And this is a great play by Michaels, his 5th passing touchdown of the night, and Colby Coffee getting him one.
And 45-21 will be the score with this extra point up and good from Annie Range. And so it's starting to look more and more like Florida is going to take this one home. A 24-point ball game, 5:41 to go, and an offense built around running the football. So it makes it a bit tougher to come back in a situation like this. But at this point, Chapman, he's got the arm and he's got some weapons. So you got a feeling they're going to have to try and turn him loose a little bit and see what they can do.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
And so here on 1st and 10, he will throw it. He'll go far side, and that is complete. Jaden Charles lowered the shoulder, picks up 7.
A solid 7-yard gain, but we're not within that 4-minute mark, so the clock's still going to run.
And there you see the play selection. They have thrown it 21 times, but again, they have run it 40. And they're going to throw it a little bit more here. This one is complete. It is Sky, and she's got a 4-yard reception and a 1st down.
A great play, but I would like to see them just open up the playbook instead of the 4, 5, 6, 7-yard plays. You need go deep.
Well, we'll see. Do they go deep? No, they rip the slant across the middle. It is complete to Jaden Charles, and Florida will give this up the rest of the ball game. They don't mind giving up 7, 8 yards at a time. They're not giving up the big 30, 40, 50-yard bombs downfield.
And Cutter Cash with his 14th tackle of the night there as well.
And so here we go. Chapman going to have to float this one near side. And fortunate that one wasn't a backwards pass. It'll be 3rd and 2.
It's fortunate that wasn't a pass overall, because guess who was looking that receiver down?
Oh, yeah. And, of course, hey, Lane Easton wasn't going to make any extra effort to go get that, knowing who was staring him down. But Easton's going to get to the outside and get the 1st down on this one. It'll be 1st and 10 inside Florida territory.
And Easton really getting closer to that 1,000-yard mark on the season. He walked in with 892. He needs 108 tonight to get to that 1,000-yard mark.
And I don't know that he's going to have enough attempts left tonight to quite get there, as Whitaker catches that one, gain of 4.
The clock still rolling, though.
And so now on 2nd down, Chapman across the middle, and there's a chunk play for the offense. It's Adam Stiles down inside the 15.
That's a great throw there by Chapman. I just wish we could have seen this a little bit earlier. And this is perfectly timed and perfectly placed, too. This is great coverage. I mean, there's not much separation there, and Stiles just makes a great catch.
And 1st and 10 right at the 15-yard line. I'm a little surprised they're still going to the huddle and taking their time a little bit here as they'll go play fake underneath. That's complete at the 10. It's Haas Carter, and he will not quite get to the end zone. It'll be 1st and goal.
A great catch there by Haas Carter. I was kind of hoping he might have gotten the end zone there. That would have been his first touchdown of the season.
So 1st and goal. They will go to the ground. It's Easton up the middle. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
A touchdown number 11 on the season for Lane Easton, and that puts him at 3rd in the league in rushing touchdowns.
And they will go for 2, trying to make it a 16-point ball game, and they'll get it. Quick slant to Aaron Highsmith. So 45-29, still a 2-possession ball game. And look, if you're going to do it this way, 3 touchdowns and 3 2-point conversions in less than 5 minutes to tie it up would be phenomenal. Now, maybe you got to catch a break on the onside kick, and a good job from Coffey to haul that one in.
They still have a little bit to go to get into field goal range. Then you also got to think about it this way. Is Annie Range kicking into the wind?
After seeing a couple of her kickoffs go 3 or 4 yards deep, I'm not so sure. I thought she would be going this direction, but she had one kick earlier that was pretty well nailed. So I think a 1st down here, and you're in Annie Range field goal range. 2nd and 1. And that is dropped and then nearly picked off the deflection. It'll be 3rd and 1.
This is a great job by Kevon Winkler, just realizing the ball's in the air and, not going too early, not going too late, just laying the hit at the right time, drawing it free.
So 3rd and 1, thrown into the flat and not gonna get there. So 4th and inches. Smith comes up short. Florida's got a decision to make, and it will be a 49-yard field goal attempt.
And this honestly is really the game on the line for Florida in any range.
And we'll see how long do they take to snap it, and they are going to milk this play clock here. Absolutely the right decision. Georgia trying to hold on to those timeouts for as long as they absolutely can. A miss here, and it's still a 2-possession game, and Georgia will have some decent field position as well. Range, kick up, kick, good, and it is 48-29, 2:40 to go. Back to a 19-point ball game, so a 3-score game once again with just the 2:40 left on the clock.
I mean, ice in the veins of Annie Range, and that puts it back to a three-score game, like you said. That just makes it ultimately harder for the Bulldogs to fight back into this.
And this is Iman, and he weaves his way up to the 34, but that's not going to matter as this one's coming back.
Receiving team.
Yeah, that's a rough call, man. I mean, you're trying to fight your way back into it, and that's just not the best way to start it.
Yeah, 2:35. So, I mean, that is... It hurts you in 2 ways, because you ran 5 seconds off the clock that you could have used, and you get backed up inside your own 20. As this one thrown quickly across the middle, a couple of broken tackles. Ember Sky is driven down after a gain of 13.
Now we're going to start seeing a lot more of these receivers and a lot more hurry up.
And Chapman sends Carter in motion and checks something at the line of scrimmage. Has to go underneath to Carter. Wanted to take a shot there, but there was nothing open.
It's just not enough there, but if you got to take what the defense is going to give you, if you can get those couple of yards, you're going to take it.
And now trying to, I thought they'd spread some things out a little bit more, but a couple of tight ends here on the formation. Tried to throw it underneath. That's dropped, incomplete. 3rd and 8 coming up.
That one almost caught there, and bring up 3rd and 8, and Georgia 9 of 16 on their 3rd downs.
And Chapman across the middle, in and out of the hands of his intended receiver, Aaron Highsmith. Couldn't squeeze it, and they will go on 4th and 8.
I mean, you have to. This is the game on the line right here. If you don't get it, the game's over. You got to try and keep it alive.
And they will try with the screen to Easton, and he cannot get away. Too many white jerseys over there along the sideline, including Craig Jones, his 5th tackle, and that should wrap things up.
And this is going to be the final plays of the game and of the season for the Gators and the Bulldogs.
Michael's going to lose 3 there. Dominic McKenzie comes up and makes his first tackle in the backfield tonight. He's got 5 on the ball game. It'll be 2nd and long.
And as the clock continues to tick, these are the final moments for all of these seniors. Lane Easton, Haas Carter, so many more on both teams.
And Bear Michaels, he's a senior playing in his last game, and there you see a huge run right there for him. Keeps the drive alive, and the clock, after they reset the chains, will continue to run.
And Colby Coffey, Bear Michaels, Jaden Charles, Lane Easton, Haas Carter. I mean, there's so many on both sides that all have had great careers, and a lot of young guys that are still going to continue to have great careers.
And they will go to Acuna on the ground, and he'll get just a yard. You mentioned Easton is a senior, and he's had a huge season, but Iman, a freshman, Chapman, a sophomore. So Georgia, they're going to continue to be able to run the football next season, but they're going to have an entire offseason to think about it as Florida comes up here and gets a big win over Georgia in their rivalry game to close out season 25.
Oh, this is the perfect way to close out the season if you're the Gators. And this was just a great game all around from Bear Michaels, really, and everybody on the Gators. I mean, as time went on, things got better and better for the Gators, and Bear Michaels ending his career on a high note.
Florida comes up with a huge win here in what used to be known as the world's largest outdoor cocktail party. Still boggles my mind why they got rid of that name. It was maybe the coolest name for any rivalry around. But again, your final score, Florida wins it 48-29 as they close things out. And I'd like to close things out by saying thank you to our associate producer, Austin Crow, executive producer, Mike Peters, and my broadcast partner, Valente Martinez, for tonight's action. On behalf of our entire broadcast crew, I'm Nate Murphy. You've been watching the CFSL presented by PX1 Sports here on YouTube. That'll wrap things up here in Jacksonville. Make sure you come back to YouTube at 8:30 Central Time when the West Virginia Mountaineers host the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Both teams looking to get the donut off the left-hand column here in this one. Until then, have a good night, and we will see you then.